Hello loves and welcome to today's video. Today I am going to be doing a TBR video and I'm also going to be giving you a little bit of a life update. Life update first. I am going back to school in the fall. I am taking a course in law clerk. I am doing an intensive course. I have 7 courses on my course load. I'm also going to be working at the same time. So this is kind of a pre-warning. I might be reading a lot less and uploads might be a little delayed, a little off of schedule. I'm going to do my best to keep up with this while I am in school. I have some videos pre-filmed to make sure that I have at least something going up, but just give me a little grace, please, because I'm going to be a little bit busy reading things like tort and contract law for legal professionals and family law practice and procedures. So if I don't get all of the horror new releases read, I have a lot of other reading to do. It's unfortunately going to be a little intense. So that's my life update. Hopefully you won't even notice a difference. I will do my best to keep up with all of this. Back to our regularly scheduled programs. Here is the books that I am planning to read in September. Because I'm going back to school, I won't have as much time to go to the library, so I'm going to, while I'm in school, try and prioritize the books that I physically own, since I'm going to be doing a lot of back and forth. I think it'll just be easier to work on the books that I own, throw them in my bag, read a bit on the bus while I'm going back and forth between classes, all of this stuff. So I have a couple library books still out from the library that I'm going to try and read first. The first book I'm going to be reading in September is The Hounding by Zenob Purvis. I'm obsessed with this cover. I'm loving this trend of classical artwork as book covers. So this one is about these 5 girls who live on a farm on the outskirts of town, and the townspeople kind of suspect that they are turning into dogs. I love that as a premise. I'm hoping this gives me what I wanted Night Bitch to give me. Less motherhood, more feral little girls. I'm hoping that's the vibe. This is first thing on my TBR. Next, we have You Are Fatally Invited by Andy Pelego. This is about a group of authors who are invited to an island for a writing retreat. One of the authors is planning a murder, and then a murder happens and it's not the one she planned for, so we go about trying to solve that, kind of giving me And Then There Were None vibes. So I'm interested to read this. I think this was one of the Literally Dead book club picks months ago, and I think I got this out from the library and then had to return it before I had a chance to read it, so this is try number 2, and hopefully I actually get around to it this time. Then Red Dragon by, I almost said Hannibal Lecter because it's there, Thomas Harris. So this is the first book in the Hannibal Lecter series. This is what Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal is based on. I have had this on my physical TBR forever. And this is going to be a reader on haul for me because I have not been able to find the rest of the series in this size of paperback. I can find little mass markets, I can find this in hardcover, but I cannot find the tall paperbacks of any of the other books in this series. So if I like it, I might buy a new version of it that I can buy the rest of the series. If I don't like it enough to keep it, on haul. So reader on haul, Red Dragon. One of my most anticipated reads of the entire year came out, Lucky Day by Chuck Tingle. This is about a world where there was a catastrophic event where 8 million people died in really improbable ways. But then years later, there's this casino that seems to be impossibly lucky. So our main character and an FBI agent are investigating whether the impossible luck of the casino is related to the terrible unluck that the people had who died. I love Chuck Tingle, one of my favorite authors, so very much looking forward to this. Speaking of new releases, I also will be picking up my pre-order of Catabasis? I know R.F. Kuang said in an interview recently that she really doesn't care how people pronounce it, so I'm gonna go with Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. This is about 2 grad students whose grad supervisor dies and goes to hell, but they really need his sign off on their draft. So they go to hell to track down their PhD supervisor. Love a concept. It's supposed to have a lot of allusions to Dante's Inferno and the Divine Comedy, which I love. So I'm very much looking forward to that one. A fun little academia read as I re-enter academia. So excited for that. Anne of Cleve The Princess in the Portrait, Alison Weir. If I am prioritizing things off my physical TBR, I need to get this one freaking read. This is the 4th book in the Six Tudor Queen series. I've made it a goal every year for the past 2 years to finish this freaking series, and I've only read one book this year. I need to read this. I need to read this so badly. It's historical fiction about the lives of Henry VIII's 6 wives. This is Anne of Cleves, the 4th one, The Princess in the Portrait. You get the gist. If you've watched basically any of my TBR videos, you probably have heard me talk about this series ad nauseum at this point. Need to get it off my shelf. Now this one is going to be like a Hail Mary because I really don't think I'm going to have enough time to read it, but it's going to stay in my TBR stack anyway because technically I have to review this for NetGalley at some point. That is the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook by Matt Dinneman. This is the 3rd book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. As a lover of RPGs, I am really enjoying the like video game references in these ones. I enjoy Princess Donut as a character so much. I enjoy Carl as a character, and I'm loving the little dinosaur guy. So, loving all the characters in this. This one seems a little weird because there's trains, but we're gonna power through if we have time because I've chosen already some chunky books, and this is a chunker. All right, let's go to Libby to see if I have any audiobooks that are probably going to be coming in soon that I can read in September. Slay by Brittany Morris. This is about a teenage video game developer who's like fighting a troll who's trying to destroy her game. Jordan from Sorry Booked Solid mentioned this in a recent video of like really liking this author's and this book specifically. So a video game book is right up my alley. I'm going to get that read next month. Also, will probably get my hold of A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. A Deadly Education is a book that my friend Kimberly reads and Alyssa, who doesn't have a channel, were talking about being a book that they really liked, if I'm remembering correctly. I've been very peer pressured recently to pick up a lot of different books that have either been like low-key on my radar but I haven't really wanted to pick up, or books I've never heard of. I read the description of this one and honestly could not tell you what it's about because there's a lot of made-up fantasy words. I think this is about a magical school. I think our main character like has a rival that she really hates and wants dead, and that's all I grasped. But I'm gonna trust that my friends know what they're talking about and try it out and see if it's something I like as well. Next is This Cursed House by Del Sandine. This is apparently one of the best gothic novels of 2024. It's about this woman who like quits her job to go work in New Orleans for a family who's cursed. Like Southern Gothic, so gonna try that out. Really interested to see how that goes. And I really hope that my hold on Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins comes in. I do now own these physically, but I'm just kind of preferring to listen to them. So this is the 3rd book in the Hunger Games series. We've escaped the games, rebellion, all of that stuff, and I'm hoping that rereading this will improve my teenage rating of it. That has been the case for the other ones. I'm hoping that this one also gets brought up, so that is hopefully going to come in from the library within September. So those are the books that I am planning to read in September when I have time among going back to school. Let me know in the comments down below what books you're planning to read in September, or leave a card. Do they have card? Leave your favorite card symbol, like diamond, heart. I don't know what those are called. Leave that in the comments if you made it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, like and consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my future videos. There are links in the description to my Goodreads and my Instagram if you want some previews on what I read throughout the month. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.